Abusia man krankra bia akwaba. Hey, in some way we as you. Ena blacks no mo be wiase. Ena obi beka wa hanom say Gehazi ne curse no ena odane white ena okọ wo ye na omodane white omo no mo ya abrofo no. Endra nko so yete say snake no ana serpent no ebedane ne ho obema ena one Eve bedaye na Eve nyinsen white ena ofri wa no kono ne Adam so kodaye na Adam so nyinsen ne black nti omo mienu nyina ba wiase together omo no mo ye Cain and Abel. Me myself, I keep saying say we are the owners of the world, like we are the most powerful people as black people. But how do we explain? Every black person know that we are the origins of mathematics, alchemy, engineering, name them. But okaka kane kosi saying the last saying, and that you were one of our chiefs here who wants to tell us actually the origin of white and Jamaica black, and then we know what actually happened to us. I welcome you to another great episode on this channel, Maame Grace. Ebusiame man krankra bia kwaba, we are still the biggest, the largest, the highest, the greatest, the tallest African spiritual platform. I am Revelations Queen Adasa. Call me Empress Makida. I'm the world star number 8. I am the origin of before, like, you know, I am the true bloodline. Hey, me din dos, me timi boss na chese me timi na. Bumi so like e ma me ho temi. Hey, me man krankra bia akwaba at the bar platform. So today I am a bit my vibrations was through because I have a chief on set and I I actually sreni abasano or ba be chirem ama ye hu chese no be tene tell like obe finish the bro haha na ekoso about the whites and the blacks. I welcome you, my people. I appreciate you guys. You make this platform the biggest. Let's welcome the chief. Let's know him, who he is, and what he has for us. Papa, we welcome you to Revelations.
Thank you.
Okay, so today being your first time, you have to pay obeisance to my followers and subscribers. Introduce yourself to us. We are ready for anything. The devil himself, right? We are ready for him. So please introduce yourself to us and let's see what happens today.
Thank you. My name is Abdul Aziz, youth chief, Wala youth chief of Kaswa.
Oh, okay.
And also in my academia, I attended a couple of universities. One is Gimpa, one is CAF University, Legon. I was the SRC president of CAF University. Oh, okay. I'm into civil construction. I'm married with 3 kids. And I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm a Pan-African cultural activist. I would say from my mother's womb, I was questioning everything. But the enlightenment began to grow when I met Dr. Hamid Mulana. He is an African-American who came to Ghana. I always call him the African-American, the last black prophet. He established an educational forum at the Boy Center somewhere 2002, and luckily one time I heard him on radio and I went there. But when I got there, he himself was like, you know what you're about. So through that get together educational forum, we learned a lot. So I can say for about 20 years now in my life, there is not a single day I don't do a research on Africa. If I don't do that, then I haven't woken up. Today, I have to know what is going on across the whole continent. Politically, culturally, that is my purpose. Like the Otabe will say, that is my burden. So when it comes to Africa, solution to the African problem, I would say I'm among the best 10 people in the world. If you take me out, you not get the best when it comes to the African solution. Okay. I have a solution to almost every African problem.
Really?
Yes.
We welcome you.
Thank you.
Do you have any political ambition? Let me know that one first.
In fact, NDC and MPP have made it difficult for people who really see far to join politics. The level of ignorance they display make it difficult. Yes. I mean, that is not how Nkrumah established Ghana. the father of Ghana, the founding father of Ghana, he is accredited to how many books? You know it. He was a researcher. He had sleepless nights to save Ghana, to give us independence. And look at what we are seeing today. So if you are on that line, how can you, then you have to also koto and be doing the things they are doing.
So I ask you a simple question. Do you have political ambitions?
Well, I have, but where do you go?
So
because
say if you have just say yes, why are you trying to polish your case?
I'm not trying to polish my case. Well, I just want you to know.
To know then.
That if I'm not, you are not seeing me in mainstream politics, that is the problem.
I don't want to know. Me, I'm just asking you questions. So it's a yes or a no?
It's a yes.
You wouldn't until say that they are
it's a yes.
Because I have to know whether you have political ambition.
I have
before.
political ambition.
So I know how to channel my questions, because when you hear people talking like this and you are not careful, you are used for political. So I want to know, are you politically affiliated to any party?
Well, like I said, I am, but looking at, you know, I'm here because of an ideology I'm carrying. Now, Pan-Africanism, do you see it in any of the major political parties? Do you see any of them pushing that agenda?
The thing is that all the control mechanism we have in Africa is either politics or religion.
Yes.
So if you want to break forth or you want to actually handle Africans' problem, you can't do it without handling two of this. And you can actually penetrate or handle this when you put yourself into it. The reason I'm asking you all these questions,
I'm here to decide. Because Baumia and Mahama are all my brothers from the north.
So you are now here, you are here to decide.
So where do you go?
Are you confused?
I'm confused.
Okay, you've made it plain.
The one that opened their door to me, I'll campaign for that.
You are looking for an opportunity.
Yes.
You won't get. You're watching the biggest and the largest. Papa, we welcome you.
Thank
and we appreciate you, my people. Today, this is our guest. We will still do a few randoms before we get into his topic. Obi Bisasa and the topic near then. Or say black civilization and Caucasian versus Caucasian civilization. So that is his topic. But I will do a few randoms with him, and then we know. You said that. Say about nipa 3D, nipa 10 dia omo actually omo ye African omo pa African ye no man bo din anka ho a enye ye. Where are the 9?
Well, they should be or more. So I mean one person don't know everything. Probably people know more than me.
So who are those people? Can you mention a few?
Dr. Mulana is one.
He is not here. Your kind in Ghana here.
I know, Doctor. Okay, then I'll think about that.
You don't even know.
I know a lot of them, but let me.
But you are praising them. You are not putting anything bad. Like we want to know those who have us at heart.
Yes.
But if you are not ready, it's fine. You said you've been researching about Africa for 20 years.
Yes.
Now, you've been in a few universities. Means you are well endowed.
I have my master's.
You have your master's.
Relations.
Okay, great. So tell me, what and where do you think Africa has fallen big time or brutal? Where? Which and where?
Thank you. God, the Almighty God who created the world is a just God. He never afflicts pain on anyone, on any nation or any group of people if they do not call for it or if they are not the cause. Black people did not fall. We have not fallen and we can never fall. We are forever. But the pain that is being afflicted upon us is something we allowed. It's our own doing. What do I mean by that? We all know when Amun-Ra created man, he created 2 people, male and female, and they started producing. During the production stage, because Amun-Ra created these 2 people, Tef and Tefnut, according to the Egyptians. These were male and female of 2 different genes. As they copulated, they produced many children, up to 10. That is why in Akan, we say Baako, Mienu, Miensa. The numbers that we count in Akan in all the other African languages is the children. When they were giving birth to them, that's when numbers started. Yawo Baako. So the 10 children now were copulating and giving birth. So the rule was that because they are of the same genes, after a certain generation, they will produce a new race. That's the albino. So in all African cultures, if you go back to your culture, your history is there. They used to sacrifice albinos. Is that not the case? Albinos were never allowed to live because it is God's creation and it is God's law that when you produce the misfit, the albino, who doesn't have melanin, they can't live because so there were rules as to how you can marry, but they know there will be mistakes. Now, if you read the gods are not to blame by Rotimi, the man who killed his father and married their mother, the story is similar. The child was a cursed child who was supposed to be sacrificed, but because of corruption and power, people feel like they will not obey their gods. They will go their own way. So from beginning, we started producing albinos, and they were sacrificed. By the time came, certain families became powerful, and also certain people married too close. Like someone who married a sister because they want the title to remain in their family. When he died, the throne will remain. So they were producing more albinos. So they were no more following the rules. They changed the rules. And the rules is that now we will no more kill the albinos, but we will banish them. And where do you banish them? They said, no, you have to kill them. Some say, no, you have to banish them. So they said, okay. They thought time will never catch up with them. So where would they banish them? They banished them to the Caucasian mountains, which is today between Russia and China. And that place, there's only one corridor that enters the mountain. So they look around and say, let's banish them to where they can never come out. So they started banishing. When you give birth to albino, instead of them sacrificing or killing the albino, they will banish the albino. So it is these people that we banish into the Caucasian mountain who have now come back as white people. But they didn't come back as wholesome. Why did our gods and our ancestors say, when you give birth to a misfit, a child who is not fit to live, kill them? A human being is not complete if you don't have albino. If you don't have melanin. The melanin is the only chemical that defines a human being from an animal. Even NASA sent a spaceship to space to find out what actually exists in the universe. They wanted to see if they can record some sound, some activity. The only activity they could record in the universe is sound, is what? Sound, light, and vibration. And this is what the melanin does. The melanin takes in sound and vibration. Let me give you an example. I don't know whether you know how to dance or not. I don't dance, right? You can bring a white man who probably know how to dance, and the music can be played right now. You who don't know how to dance, but a black person, can dance to the rhythm of the music. But you'll be surprised to see the white man dancing off the rhythm of the music. Don't you have ears? No. The melanin listens to sound. It interacts with sound. So if we have melanin, it makes you naturally connected to the universe. The spirit can send information to you thousands of miles away, and your melanin will absorb it. But if you don't have the melanin, you are synthetic. You are not a natural human being. You cannot do the purpose of God on earth.
Hey!
So the God said, when you have this child with no melanin, we call them ofri. Eliminate them.
Albinos. Hey!
And is it not true in Africa we kill albinos when we give birth to them? Everybody knows. It's all of us in our culture. We stopped because we thought we know more than God. We know more than the gods. We were banishing them. When we banished them into the Caucasian mountain, that is where they got the name Caucasian. Caucasus is a mountain in Russia and China today. It exists. It's not that, it's real. You can Google right now. So when we banished them there, after thousands of years, something happened. Our ancestors said, kill the child. You said, no, I will take him far away and continue to enjoy my life. They know what you don't know. When they went there, they started sleeping with animals. They started practicing bestiality. So, because they don't have the melanin, albinos naturally behavior sometimes goes to that low. They were sleeping with animals. So they were sleeping with dogs. So they were producing half human, half dogs.
Hey!
Half human, half dogs. So there are histories or records of kidnappings around that area. You know, the whole world was occupied by black people. India, China. So if they see you, they will kidnap you. So those who had human-like features now want to have to be closer to humans. So they'll kidnap a woman, they will not see the woman again. They will go there, kidnap you, producing children with you. So they were now, I would say, what's the name? Inbreeding, that's the word. The inbreeding started until they were able to get wholesome human beings who could stand on their legs and walk like human beings. That is why in all our schools, they teach the Darwinian theory. The Darwinian theory says human beings evolved from where? Animals, right? That is the white man theory. Do you think if the white man don't evolve from apes or monkeys or dogs, will he tell the world that human beings evolved from animals?
How did he know that?
He knows, because that is the truth. But they want to broaden all of that to us. We didn't evolve from animals. It is them.
Where did we come from?
Black people were wholesomely created as we are, perpendicularly standing erect. That's how God created us. So I want to tell everybody today, the Darwinian theory of human evolution from animals is true, but only to white people. Yes.
So what that because of banishing, okay, the banishing and everything that happened, and they want to, and they created themselves and they become many like that. So does this pain or this banishment thing or this curse people we kept from God, because he said we should keep, and we kept them, does it have anything to do with the slave trade?
Thank you. Everything has everything to do with the slave trade. Now I want to tell you the origin of every race on earth today.
Go ahead.
The white people, the white people, 99%, they inbred with dogs. So white people, you can check.
I'm not saying anything, don't mind me.
Now, if you like Google right now, in Europe and other places, 10 children born, about 8 have tails. They have to cut it at the time of birth. Europeans don't hide it. You can also Google right now, Remus and Romulus, the fathers of the Roman Empire. You can Google right now. They accredit their Roman Empire to the dog, that these children, they had no mother. Their mother was taken away, and it was the dog that breastfed Remus and Romulus. And these are the fathers of the Roman Empire. So the white man give reverence to the dog. I mean, you travel. Don't you see how they worship the dog?
Continue, don't ask me.
Thank you.
I've not traveled before.
So, Europeans don't hide it. They evolved from the dog. Now, let's go to the Chinese. The Chinese were also part of the Caucasian race who were also inbreeding with monkeys.
Hey!
Thank you. The animal that the Chinese revere in their culture is what? It's monkey. We've all watched this, the Chinese movie when we were young.
Shifu.
The Monkey King.
Shifu.
Why do they revere the monkey? That is where they come from. So now, when they began to populate and increase, they broke out and they started attacking the black civilizations, black nations from India. We had a tribe there called, we have a group there, we have a group called Adivasi, we have Mohenjo-Daro. These are all great kingdoms. They started attacking them, destroying them. These people were coming out with vengeance and hatred until 1500 BC. That is 4,000 years ago. The first group to enter Egypt were called the Hyksos. You can go to your Bible. They are there. They don't hide it. The Hyksos were the first European race to invade Egypt. The first white man to learn how to read and write after they entered Egypt. In the ancient times, these people, it was not even acceptable for them to go to close where a black man is standing. If a white man
drank, were saying it's abominable.
Yes, if a white man drank from a cup, that cup will be thrown away into the bush. Today, these are the people we are worshiping as God. So when the Jews or the Hyksos invaded Egypt in 1500 BC. That is where they stole manuscripts, information from Africa. But within few years, they were chased away back into the Caucasian mountain. And these people who were primitive and barbarians, who knew nothing, all of a sudden were beginning to write scriptures. That is where the Old Testament comes from. Now they say God has spoken to us. We are children of God. Now, the question I want to ask is, why is this so much a big problem? Jews are trying to cry to the whole world that they are the children of God. If you are my mother, do I have to tell the whole world you are my mother? Everybody knows. Because they are not the child of God. They are synthetic people. It's a pride that the gods rejected them. It's a pain in the white man's heart. And as we speak right now, white people are planning to destroy the whole world. Why are they creating nuclear weapons that can destroy the whole world 10 times within a second? Why? Ask yourself, these prodigal children, what is it that they have against the world? That everywhere they go is distraction.
You are watching the biggest. So this history, sometimes it scares me. I wish we can be open. We can open up and dig deeper. Because Obinso can say a garden, garden,
all those garden stories. You see, and I want to tell you something today. I have done a lot of research. Now, let me get to the religion. Let me tell you today, I'm a Muslim. I pray 247. But I'm going to go to areas that will shock you. Now, when the Hyksos invaded Egypt, they got documents. People who were primitive, all of a sudden, they have a book, and they claim they are God's children. And God gave them the right to go to other nations and slaughter women and children, take their land. These people were landless and homeless. If you have land and you have home, will your God command you to go and slaughter other people, women and children, take their land? They were now using the Old Testament to justify their barbarism. Let's put the Jews aside. The Hittites invaded. The Greeks invaded. The Romans, 30 BC. When the Romans were part of the same Caucasian race, but it's like different, they've now split into different groups. So then when the Romans also became of age and expanded, they also took over, invaded Egypt. You know the story. And the Romans also did what? The Romans also wrote, they also created their own God. In the Nicene Conference, created their own Bible called the New Testament. So where is that God who is confused that he's going about writing different books, creating different religions? If Christianity came as a pride, it came as a constitution. If, let's say we have a constitutional government, right? If a military regime overthrows, or if a new person overthrows the old government, don't you overthrow the constitution? It's common sense. The Hyksos have now gotten power. They think they have to write their own laws. And that is the Old Testament. Let's put that aside. The Romans also became of age, became strong, invaded Egypt, the capital of the world. And they feel like now they have to write their own constitution. And that is the New Testament. But if they don't attach themselves to diviners, who accept them? The idea of, so they created Jesus. Now Alexander, who invaded Egypt, you know, Alexander, if you read this, Alexander himself was a homosexual. And Ptolemy, who is supposed to be, Ptolemy Soter, who is called Serapis Christos, he is coined as Jesus. And that guy was a partner, and also a male homosexual. Now, black people are bound down to this filth that we call God. Let's put that aside. Ask yourself, why is it that every white people, every white nation who will rise up have to come to Africa?
But you said what about Quran and
I'm going there.
Muhammad, go there.
I am going there.
Go there.
Now, Arabs, 600 BC, 600 AD, also invaded Egypt. Why do every Caucasian, every red skin, we don't, in fact, there's no white man in the world. There's nothing like white man. These are red. We call them red people. The white man is something they polish. In our language, do you have a word for the white man? We call them BRONI. Barbarian. So, BRONI. Who is right? In Ewe, we call them Ayevu. Ayevu means the cunning dog. Our ancestors know the white man is a dog. And he's also cunning. We say he's our God. So where do you think we can go with this foolishness? Let's continue.
And you are worshiping every day. You
Me,
are
I don't worship.
prayer.
I'll get there. Now, when the Arabs also invaded Egypt in 600 BC.
A whole lot.
600 AD. Now, the Arabs were the West. Arabs were among the people who destroyed black people totally. Arabs is credited to murdering over 300 million black people. Remember, before just about 500 years, 400 years ago, the people with the largest population in the world were always black people. We were having majority in the world. But the Arabs killed. You know what the Arabs used to do? If they, let's say, they kidnap 200 people from sub-Saharan Africa to Saudi Arabia or whatever, before they get there, about 70% will die. They were so brutal. And the few that will get to Saudi Arabia and other places, they will castrate them. So that you don't even sleep with their women to produce half-cats. Why did the Arabs also came to invade Egypt? The Arabs were under the Romans. They also became of age. Like how US was under UK. US became of age, right? And they have to struggle for independence. So Arabs were now also going for independence. So the Romans were assisting them. But they said, no, we will go our own way. When you wanted to make it, you went to Africa, you went to Egypt, we also go there. The Arabs also came to Egypt to learn. So Islam will not be complete without the black man's knowledge, stolen knowledge. Right? Now, let me make a point here. And I want to tell all those who are religious fundamentalists and religious radicals, crazy people, don't waste your time on religion. Religion can never give any man salvation.
Hey!
Now, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, these are religions that a black man can never gain salvation from them.
Hey,
because these were people who committed genocide, murdered millions of our people. Let me tell you, Islam destroyed black. Today we are in the problem we are in today because of Arabs and Islam. When Ghana Empire was established after the Arabs, the Romans chased our people from ancient Egypt and ancient Sudan. When Islam came into existence, the Arabs moved to Ghana Empire, forcing our people to take Islam. Those who refused to take Islam were killed. That is where the Ashantis migrated to today Ghana and all the other tribes. The Arabs forced them and destroyed Ghana Empire. And they now form the new Mali Empire. But then they've all accepted Islam. Mali became the richest nation in the world. Mansa Musa, you know the story. He went to Saudi Arabia and the economy changed overnight. Out of envy and jealousy. The same Arabs, the Muslims thought they are their brothers, came and destroyed Mali again. They formed Sungai Empire, they destroyed it again. So the Arabs destroyed that till we became weak. And the Europeans also came to start the transatlantic slave trade. Now these devils who have committed crimes and genocide against me, you want to tell me these devils can teach me about God? Have they compensated us? Have they apologized for the genocide against us? So you must be a madman to tell me that the man who murdered my father and my mother will come and teach me about God. You must be a madman.
Hold it.
Thank you.
Right now that you are opening fire.
Oh, I'm hot.
Have you?
I don't talk about this thing
because no. Have you left your grandparents who were also selling your own brothers to these people?
We never sold anybody.
Are you sure?
Auntie Grace, as we are in this room, if we should be attacked, there's what we call survival instinct. You can be told that, give me the details of this man's phone number. In your right conscience, you never do it. But you'll be forced to do it because it's about survivor. Thank you. So we never did anything. We were now at a point where we were fighting for survivor. So they will come, go to this community, give them weapons. We heard these people are coming to attack you, so take this way. So they are saying, their own scriptures say the devil came to steal and destroy. The white man is the black man's devil. Now, let me also make it clear. In ancient times, the first albino who was born was Seth in ancient Egypt. Seth was supposed to be killed, but he was not killed. Seth turned back and murdered his brother and married his wife. That is the first Satan. So when we say Seth was a human being. The idea of a devil Auntie Grace, do you have it in your family, in your culture? Do you have anybody called Bonsam that you know of? No. It's a white man invention. Now, the concept of devil has to do with opposing force. A force for evil and a force for good. So, in ancient times, the people that we know to be devils were the white man.
So they are the devils and all that you are saying. So how come they are ruling us now?
They are ruling us with the same tactics. The same tactics they did in Mali, Sungai, ancient Egypt. Wherever we go, when they go, they'll divide us. Let me give an example in Ghana. When Ghana was gaining independence, look at Kwame Nkrumah. Look at the sacrifice Kwame Nkrumah gave to Ghana to attain independence. When Kwame Nkrumah gained independence, Sabrofune said he should hand over Ghana. He should just let them run things. If he accepts, all his children will take over. Like in Togo and other places, you know, it's in Africa. Some of the countries, you know, president, you know, who are member, the president. Kwame Nkrumah said, no, I'll hold on to this country. When I'm dead, someone will take over, but I'll not hand over Ghana to you. Is it not similar than what they said the devil as Jesus that worship me, I'll give all the world to you?
Are you saying Kwame Nkrumah is Jesus?
The concept of good and evil happen every day. Even in this room, it's happening.
But this Kwame Nkrumah man you are preaching.
I'm not talking about Kwame Nkrumah. We have thousands.
I'm coming.
Of people who
because you mentioned Osajefo.
Yeah.
I'm asking this. Me, I love his spiritual side.
Oh, he's a prophet. He's an Messiah. He's not an ordinary man.
But do you know that people, we have one of our people, some of our people here, that feel that everything the world or Ghana especially or Africa is going through is the doings of Kwame Nkrumah. The reason Ghana is suffering.
They don't
Are
know
you
anything.
aware?
I mean, a blind, ignorant person can just say anything. After words, anybody can talk. Even a madman can talk. Yes. So anybody who says Kwame Nkrumah is the doings of Ghana is actually, is a madman.
Have you been threatened about your life by talking about Kwame Nkrumah before?
Or people, I mean, I don't give a damn about what.
Have you been threatened before?
Well, I don't talk about these things because as I said, I'm a businessman. But I know there's time. The time will come, and probably this is the time. Now, Kwame Nkrumah is not an ordinary man, and he's not the only one to come. There are many of them in Africa. At least in every decade, or every 2 decades, or every century, they come. The God sends someone so powerful to come. But it's not that they cannot fight, but sometimes they look at the people, the lives that will be lost. So sometimes they allow the leader to be taken away for time to turn around. It's not that they can't fight. You get my point? So Kwame Nkrumah, look at the sacrifice. Kwame Nkrumah was saying that the forces against us are formidable. Let's come together. I mean, Kwame Nkrumah was seeing hundreds and thousands of years. Meanwhile, his people were just full. I mean,
truthfully, people are wondering what you said about Islam or Arabs and the Christians, and why you said you were Muslim, you worship, you pray 24/7. Everybody is wondering.
Now, and I want to tell people, Islam. You see, I want to tell people, God did not bring Islam anywhere, nor Christianity. I'm saying that you must be out of your mind to think that the Almighty Supreme God will go and create religion here and there and create confusion. God is not a confusion God. Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, as he was traveling around the world, according to the Islamic teachings, he realized his people were backward. They were burying their daughters alive. One of the famous followers of Prophet, his uncle, I forgot the name, is it Umar? It is Umar. He buried his own daughter alive. He was going to do money ritual or whatever. So, according to Islamic teachings,
this Umar man,
Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, felt like he should do something for his people. He should open the eyes of his people. Because when you go to the other part of the world where they were now learning, their eyes were open. They were not doing the barbaric things his people were doing. So he will go to the cave and pray. Now, who is looking for help here? Is it Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, or is God? So let's say if that story is true, he saw that, like Nkrumah saw the need. Let me fight for independence for my people. And Nkrumah sacrificed his all. Nkrumah could have been a nice boy to the British and Americans. And today, Sekou Nkrumah would have become president of Ghana. Nobody could have challenged that. But he said, no, I'll protect the interests of my people. So if you are Ghanaian and you see someone speak against Nkrumah, you are a madman.
Hey!
Yes.
So right
because
now,
what else do you expect Kwame Nkrumah to do?
Wait.
He even showed us the way. As we speak right now, Kwame Nkrumah have written a lot of books. That is what messiahs do.
You won't even get it here to buy.
The messiahs don't come like
travel.
Kwame Nkrumah has laid the blueprint for us to follow. But look at what our politicians are doing. When I was in secondary school, there's this woman, a social studies madam. She will come to the class. The school syllabus is there, but she will not teach from it. She will hold the paper. And in the paper, I don't know where she gets it, whether some group of people give it to her. The topic is the bad deeds of Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah were like this, Kwame Nkrumah like that, Kwame Nkrumah like that. Now, I want to open people's eyes. This is the devil play, Satanism happening. I told you that Satanism is not a figure, it's not a spirit, it's a human nature. So we realize that the man who fought and gained independence for us, we have people who hate him with passion. These are the devils within the system. So these are the two forces that run the system. We have a force that is pushing for the progress and the rise and the empowerment of the people. And we have another force pulling the system down. So we realized there were a group of people in Ghana who collaborated with the CIA, right? Took money from the CIA to eliminate Nkrumah. Some of them were so stupid that they couldn't fathom the fact that a black man is not the president of Ghana. They are used to worshiping the white man. So some of them have to go to the white man and say, oh, please, we are still loyal to you. Whatever you want, we will help you to get rid of this man. And they got rid of him. This is how stupid we were. So the devil is still playing a role. Where in Ghana, we have the best land in the world. We import food over $10 billion. We create jobs for other people. While our young people are taking tramadol, have become junkies. If this is not the devil's act, what else is that?
I don't know.
Yes. So the devil is not a spirit or anything anywhere. Once you allow evil to take place and you don't caution evil, then you are part of it.
Wait, I'm still going to ask this question. If not, my tummy will disturb me.
Yes.
You said that you have given us who they introduced to us as Jesus.
Yes.
And you said they were gays and homosexuals.
Yes.
So who was Muhammad?
Now, the concept of Muhammad, some people are doubting his existence. Some people are saying he exists. I haven't seen him. Let's assume he existed or he didn't exist. But what I want to tell people is that Christianity, Islam, Judaism did not fall from the sky. These were revolutionary movements.
You have told us that we understand who was Muhammad. 20 years research, you know the homosexuals and the gays. You can't tell me you don't have any information about Muhammad.
Thank you. As a black man, I have no good relationship with the Arab man. I see the Arab man as my first class enemy. Let me give you an example. Today, as we speak, right? Now, we all know the wars happening in Mali, Burkina Faso. Who are sponsoring? The Arabs are sponsoring those rebels. As we speak today, if the rebels succeed in these rebels are Arabs anyway. They see themselves to be better human beings than the black people in Egypt and Burkina Faso. And they are sponsored by Arabs. This is what they did. They took over Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria. Our leaders who are just like drunkards are still drinking and boozing. As we speak, if our leaders had conscience, half of Ghana Armed Forces military men will be in northern Mali protecting that place. Because when they take over Mali, they are coming to Ghana.
Sharp.
What is wrong with us? So, I don't want to even waste my time to learn.
As for Ghana, they dare not. They will see pure witchcraft.
My sister,
they should not try.
The white people who sponsored them. France were sponsoring them. Is France not here? Is UK not here? We don't know their plans. You see, they have sworn in their hearts they will turn the world red. Why do they invented HIV to kill us and other things? It's a bet between the white man and God.
You are still not answering my question.
No, I'm saying that the concept of the existence of prophet, whether he existed or not. Don't tell us whether he existed or not.
I'm asking you, your 20 years research.
Yeah.
What do you know or think or has read about Muhammad? Was he Was he a person or it was just a made up story? Because by the grace of God, we've never seen his picture anywhere. They said he doesn't have a picture. So be blunt with me. Give me straight answers. Your 20 years research, you know homosexuals and gays. What about Muhammad? What do you know about him?
I don't know homosexuals and gays. Please. What I'm saying, I'm talking about Alexandra and his partner. Now, when it comes to Muhammad, peace be unto him, which I am a Muslim, I have to, as a lead, I have to follow. Now,
so are you confused?
I'm not confused. Now I'm saying
the person who is your enemy, you are sending peace to him. Well, or was he a black man?
I'm coming.
Prophet, no, don't
Prophet
come.
Muhammad.
Don't come answer
my research
this.
He was a black man.
Muhammad.
That is the concept that he was a black man. We are yet to find out. I'm yet to do.
So now that you've not find out, don't send any peace. If you send peace, and you find out that he was a white, how do I get my peace back?
The summary on that area is that the Arabs, the Romans, the Jews, the religions they created were not for God. It was for nation building.
One we know.
It was
that the
pride.
Judaism is the mother. And then he gave birth to Christianity, gave birth to
Islam.
Yes. We know that.
Yes.
We want to know about the personality Muhammad.
Yes.
What you have read about him.
I'm here to research on Muhammad specifically.
You've not done research 20 years.
I'm an African. I mean, Prophet Muhammad. I'm much more. My emphasis is on Islam. The relationship between the Arabs and Islam, which I have found out that Islam did a disservice to the black civilization.
I understand perfectly. You've said that already.
Yes.
So, but I'm just wondering, and I'm surprised that you do research and find out about this, and their leader, who is the most famous, that when you talk about him and you don't.
But do you know in Islam, information is well suppressed? Do you know that?
So because you are not getting a
Do you know that as we speak right now, they threaten people when you speak out against
That's
Islam.
What I'm saying.
So my point is that if your religion is from God, is the truth. 1 + 1 is 2. So if 1 + 1 is really 2, and I'm able to find out that 1 + 1 is 3, why should you say you are going to kill someone?
That's it. So you don't know anything about Muhammad at all. At all. 20 years. You've not touched base with his own case and personality and his existence. You've not done that.
What I learned about Prophet Muhammad in terms of the slave trade, that during his time, he made certain laws which enable people to free people. He put certain rules and regulations which enable more black people to be freed from slavery. And I also know the first Muslims had to come to Ethiopia. So the area I have learned, it appears Prophet Muhammad took some inspiration from his his African side, but the Arab rejected it. So
you are saying that you suspect that Muhammad
Prophet
is a black...
Muhammad, yes, he's a black man, and he learned because Prophet Muhammad's whole idea was to civilize the Arabs.
Okay, so is it true that he married a 6-year-old child? What about Aisha case, the slave he was saluting in the matrimonial home? Do you have any idea about this?
Thank you. I really don't do isolated cases. Here, this is an individual's private. Everybody, whoever like Kwame Nkrumah, people say Kwame Nkrumah had a girlfriend, he has a child. That doesn't take the fact that Kwame Nkrumah is the man of the century.
Do you read the Quran?
I read.
So you don't see this in it. This is a published something.
That's what I'm saying. That is their culture.
Is it in the Bible? Is it in the Quran? Is it in the Quran?
Well, you read if it's there or not.
It's your book. Yes, I am a Christian.
You see, Auntie Maame Grace.
Hey,
Maame Grace, we have to rise above this level.
No, listen, we are rising above this. You can only know your history when you know where you are coming from.
Yes.
So this thing that we are talking about, we cannot just tell somebody that jump into the sea. If we don't tell the person there's a snake getting closer to you, for the person to understand.
Now, the answer to your question is that I think you have a question, but you are not able to ask. The question you should ask is, what is the way forward? The way forward.
No, I've not gotten there yet. I have not gotten there yet. You read the Quran. Do you use the Quran? Do you?
I use the Quran.
So have you meet these scriptures anywhere in the Quran? That he married a 6-year-old child and that he was having a slave girlfriend that he was sleeping with in his matrimonial home. Have you seen this anywhere in Islamic books? Yes or
Maame
no?
Grace. a bag of granules. You're sending an apro. Oh, besides saying a Cassiana woman at the same. No, you are wasting. You see,
Muhammad case napro.
It's all the same. What's the difference between the Arabs and Prophet Muhammad?
So tell me his part. Why are you sending
because
him
no,
my
the question
piece?
is, didn't the Arabs enslave us?
Didn't
they commit suicide?
They did.
Is Prophet Muhammad not an Arab?
You said he's a black man.
No, I'm saying he's not that, but he's belong there.
He belongs there.
Yes. So the question is, you don't isolate one case and say this one.
You are now telling me this.
Yes.
So stop sending my peace to him.
Now, if I say peace to him.
Peace is saying.
Okay, fine. If you
stop sending my peace.
Say peace to him. Okay.
Stop
now,
sending my peace.
Maame Grace, where do we
African peace belongs to me.
Belongs to us. Where do we go from here? You see?
I will ask you about that, okay? Yes. Because you were able to tell me about who people are preaching Jesus.
Now, if
I'm coming, and why you said it is mentally ill people who will go and worship those people.
A white man.
So I wanted to know if this place.
Let me qualify that point. Let me not go far. Let me use tools available here.
Okay.
You call the white man BRONI. BRONI. Obi odibro. Now wawoba. Now this our BRONI no. Say bi obi odibro no. Now the chira ba say Nyankopon ni. Are you not mad?
We get that point.
Now an ewe man will say ayevu. This is a cunning dog. The ewe word for white man. It's a cunning dog. He's not even closer to a human being.
We get
but
that.
This same ewe man will take the white Jesus and show his child that this is God.
And still take the white Muhammad and say that this is Arab.
So we are in the same soup.
So why are you sending him peace? Why?
Oh, if I say I'm sending him
don't
peace.
Send him peace.
Okay, I hear.
Because you said they are our enemy. Why are you sending him peace? Don't
I'm not sending peace again. Thank you.
That.
Yes.
You are watching the biggest and largest with Aziz. Mayama
Kameh.
Inti I have an eka nidin because oyo hene. Inti now what the akanidin we are really enjoying him. He's giving us a whole lot. So after everything that you have said, these people are using our own people against us. We have the goons among us. Yes. Okay, so give me 5 structures that you think we should implement to, try to turn ourselves around. Is there any possibility for Africa, especially Ghana?
Yes. Right now, we are outnumbered, we are surrounded. I always like to quote Kwame Nkrumah. He said the forces against us are formidable. The children of Seth, the children of Satan have surrounded us. They don't sleep over us. The white man don't sleep over black people. That we are their biggest headache. Now, we also have the emulated Gaddafi, Nkrumah. Anyone who will want to do something, they will come after you. So now what is the way forward? The way forward is we need to prepare arms. How do we do that? ECOWAS, we've been talking about ECOWAS defense forces. ECOWAS is surrounded by rebels sponsored by Arabs and Europeans. Can you believe that sometimes a whole village, they can go to a whole village and massacre everybody? Our leaders can still go to parties and drink beers and laugh.
Do you think our leaders are clones?
Why can't ECOWAS establish ECOWAS defense forces? In Africa.
Do you think they are clones? They've been cloned?
They are not cloned. They've been indoctrinated. Our leaders have been indoctrinated. So they are walking dead people.
Oh.
Yes.
This is serious.
Oh, yes. They are walking dead people. So some of our leaders are so dangerous that if we know the danger they poses, we will handle them in a different way.
What are the structures? Now,
the structures. You see, I don't want to dance around the solutions.
Go straight.
The solution is that we have SADC, Southern African Community, right? We have East African Community, we have Central African Community, we have West African Community. If these are leaders were awake, if they were not dead, tomorrow we will hear that ECOWAS has formed ECOWAS Defense Forces. We have, in West Africa, we have 500 million young men, 500 million people. And we can't dedicate 2 or 3 million young men to protect us. Someone have told us that we don't need security. Who are you to develop without security? If you have gold in this your house, and you don't put us.
A gate in it, a sunshine word group.
Won't someone come and take it?
Obey we are.
So the first point of action, look at the history of Islam, the history of Christianity. Is it not a bloodbath? Before they establish, they have to bath in blood. They have to kill as much as they can kill. So there's no hope for Africa if you are not ready to die.
Hey!
Yes. If you want to make any point, if our leaders will stop sleeping, tomorrow we hear ECOWAS has called an emergency meeting. ECOWAS will not sit down for some rebels to invade Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad. Are we normal? You
take somebody's a mineral for electricity and the person is sleeping in darkness.
Do you think in Europe, Europeans can sit down for someone from some, look at even this war between Russia and Ukraine. All the West European countries have sent soldiers arms. You see, so if we want to make any headway, one point is security.
That is one.
One, we should form ECOWAS defense forces that will defend ECOWAS from this Arab.
ECOWAS nankasa
well, that I'm giving the solution.
From here to Togo, do you know what you will pass through before crossing the border?
I'm giving the practical, realistic solution.
Go ahead, my brother.
SADC will have to form. Now, second, we need to banish Christianity and Islam.
The one you are part of?
Oh, of course. Let me tell you something. I pray a lot. And when I pray, I see things. God have nothing to do with religion.
They will sack you.
Oh, forget religion. People who murdered over millions of people, do they know God? Do Arabs know God? No. Up to today, do Arabs?
Up to today? Oh.
Yes.
I'm not part of you, though.
Now, we have to, now China. Do you know Chinese have banned these things? Do you think the Chinese are foolish? Who should allow you to come and deceive their children and indoctrinate them?
The poorest country is now the richest. They are now the World Trade Center.
Now, we sit down and accept the white man to come and tell us he's God. When he's a murderer, there's nowhere in the world the white man having committed genocide. A child of Satan has come to teach us he's God. And we have accepted him. 400 years. Now, this same devil has come and tell us that we should let men sleep with men, and we say we will accept. Are we now waking up? So we should give him his homosexuality and his Bible and his Christianity away. The Arabs, we should give them their Islam and everything away. The money they have made, have they compensated Africa for all the crimes, the Arabs, the billions they are now spending fooling around the world? It is we who built Islam. It is black people who built Islam. The first man to make azan in Islam is a black man, Bilal. Who taught him how to make the azan? It was inspiration from God. So even if you are talking about Islam, Islam comes from Bilal, not Prophet Muhammad.
Hey!
Yes!
Oh,
yes.
Hey!
Islam,
Jai.
the first man to give...
Won't you Jai?
Listen, the first man... Listen, the first man, if you are forming a party, and the first man to give the manifesto or the direction for the movement, is it not the leader?
Which of the Muslims are you? Which Islam?
I don't belong to any of them. It's all waste of time. It's all waste of time.
Are you sure you were Muslim?
Oh.
You are just saying.
It's a waste of time.
You are watching the biggest. Go ahead.
So.
One man lead.
Yes. So, you see, but this, I'm talking to dead people. That is my worry.
You are not talking to dead people.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
I'm talking to dead people.
One will wake out of the dead.
If they will wake up.
I'm telling you.
If Africa,
this platform.
If our leaders are not dead people, I can tell you the dead people in mortuary, 37, Kolebu, are more alive than our president.
Hey.
I'm telling you.
Bruh. Disclaimer.
Yes.
Oh, you are talking.
I am telling you.
Are you okay?
I am.
100%.
Can you believe our leaders went to meet and say they are going to war in Niger? You all saw it. I was on radio talking. What is wrong with a leader who was handing over the resources to France? 1 ton of uranium is being sold at $200 in the market. And France was taking it in pesos, not even up to $20. The military have taken over. Now, Niger, which was one of the poorest countries, is now the 4th grown, what's the term they use? the 4th fastest growing economy in the world. It's now the 4th in the world. Just few months after removing these idiots.
Are
Yes.
Do you want to put me in trouble?
I'm not putting in trouble. You see, we need to call a spade a spade. Our foolishness is causing.
I have a declaration for you.
Wait. Now let me
wait.
Before
wait. You wait.
Maame Grace, you see the issues I'm talking about is causing massacres. You know Nigeria, just recently. You know there was a massacre in a town. You haven't heard it in Plateau State.
If I have heard,
is it Plateau? One of the about 150 people in the village were surrounded and slaughtered like goats. The issues I'm talking about, blood is pouring. When blood is pouring, do you laugh?
You don't.
So I'm sorry if I'm using tough language. That's why I don't talk about these things.
I wanted you to go through a declaration before you continue.
That's what I'm saying. I am sorry to the world.
Oh, you are sorry to the world, but say that.
I'm sorry if I have used any language to defend anybody.
People you were alone in this studio. Maame Grace is not here.
Oh, you are here. You see, Maame
Grace. You are watching the biggest and the largest.
We have got
it's
to
a
the
problem.
Point, we have got to the point where we need to try the best we can. Life is short.
Oh.
We shouldn't waste. You see, how can a whole race, people, you hear 500 black people are dead here. Oh, they invaded the village here. They killed over 200 people. Hey!
Not just a race. Not just a race. Most
look at Israel. Race. About just few hundred people died in Israel. Look at the wars that is happening. If our leaders are not dead people. Hey!
Oh. Hey, Mobo. What can we do? What can we do? Me, I want solutions. So.
I said,
what can do?
If our leaders are alive,
how do we put life in
before
them?
End of January, ECOWAS will form a military unit.
Oh, you said you were dead. How do we wake them up? Well, that is more important.
I don't have the power. Probably they will hear this, or you go and talk to them, or God will talk to them.
That's it.
But I want to tell them, life is short. You can hold the money, it's nothing. Kakrana dampum, then you see that you have betrayed millions of people. You see, life is a transition. You are given a job. We make mistakes. Mistakes is part of us. You will make it, you will change, you will make it. But why, if you make the mistake once and you are told, you make it twice, at least we should see some change.
So the structures is one, we should take away Christian religion. We should take away what?
No, structures. First, security.
Security, and second,
Romans were able to establish Christianity under the what?
The security.
No, under the sword.
Sword.
The crusade. You don't join us, you are slaughtered. The Arabs. Islam was formed under the sword. If you want to be free, you have to be free under the gun. I'm telling you, see, okay, I'm telling you the permanent solution.
Yes, you are giving us and we are counting it.
The second is that
one and the
we should ban Islam and ban Christianity. Now, I'm an African. What sense will I make if I teach my children about Arabs, show them Arab pictures? That's what we do in our Zongo communities. Have you seen the Zongo always chaos? Because they don't evolve. Their child already become inferior before they grow. That's what we do. If I'm Kwame and you are Mensa, and I tell my child that, hey, Mensa house, they are great people. Mensa is a great man. He has taken his children here. He has done this. That child will grow to see me as stupid. And he will want to be part of Mensa's family. This is common sense. So our children, Ghanaians in America and Europe, are the best human beings you can, because when they go there, they feel fulfilled. Oh, after all, I'm in heaven. I'm among the children of God. This is a mental, psychological warfare programming. And that is what they do to us. That is why a black man will be ready to loot the coffers of Africa and take it to Europe and hide the money there. Even when they die, they are happy. They it's a condition, it's a mental programming. So that we deal with. We have to banish foreign religion, foreign indoctrinations. Gaddafi wanted to help to set up a satellite for Africa. He was eliminated. I don't know whether it's in place. We need to have our own network system. Information technology now is a powerful tool. We need to have our own internet, our own television channels. You see, right now they're using the internet to destroy us. You know, a lot of evil things, you know what is on the internet. So now, if you let your children... Yes. We need to take control. You see, and I also want to say something I nearly forgot. I want to tell black people, we are not worshiping God. A slave cannot worship God. God is not a God for slave. Our prayers don't get anywhere. Until we break out. God has given us the energy, the power, the strength to be ourselves. We have decided to be slaves. So for the meantime, we are doing the deeds of our master. So I want to tell the church, Islam, all of them, they are not worshiping God because we are not yet free. It is only when a man is free that you can go and give your offering to God.
But God said if the man of God said you are free indeed. We are not free.
We are not free. So we are not worshiping God yet.
Mean I agree.
When we are worshiping God, we have our own system where when a black man wakes up, he looks up to heaven and prays to God. He will not have to direct his prayer through Rome or Israel or Mecca.
Hey!
For the meantime, we are not.
Our time is due. Abusia, ya the neighbor life na money na enya asem money na enya one on one. You for life or baba.
Oh.
Are you?
Maame Grace, I am see. You see, I am in person make kasabi, but today it came in Mampu. You realize I didn't want to come.
I said the energies were pulling.
Energy pull me that.
You can't say you can't come. This
is the beginning of the year.
This is the beginning of the year.
I should speak. I should, for the sake of our people, I should let
so
this
you will come.
Out.
So they ask you questions. Me, I ask my questions. They also have the right. Over 400,000 people.
Yes.
They would want to ask you their questions, so
yes.
you answer. So you have to find time and come when they put you through that.
Yeah.
We do appreciate you, and we have to work hard. Freedom is sweet, and our motto is freedom and justice. If you have last words in 1 minute, last words, if there are any social media handles for people to go and learn from you.
Well, later I will put that out.
Okay.
I have some channels, but I stopped, you know. To see this information, you know how sensitive they are. The devil is everywhere. You see, what I would say is that the question all young people, all black people are asking is, even deacons, pastors, doctors, professors, why are we backward? Why the black man? I heard even one Nigerian professor who was insulting his country. He said he don't want to be Nigerian citizen. A whole professor who was supposed to be a beacon of knowledge. It's because we've been surrounded, we've been outnumbered by our enemies. And our enemies are taking over physically, psychologically, spiritually. So when the enemy take over like that, we are confused. We are like, we're in a situation. So ask yourself, I was born as an African. I was born as a Ghanaian. What can I also contribute despite all the challenges? And ask yourself that if God is really, that it really belongs to all of us, why should God talk to me through somebody? Why is it that any leader who will come and want to do something, they eliminate him? But the corrupt and the fools will be in power for years.
Our time is done.
So I would like to tell you, see, this new year is the beginning for the black man. We have to stand up and fight for ourselves. Okay. And I want to tell us that we are on a mission. Life is a transition. I have been at the other side and I know what I'm talking about. Okay. And I know the money, the wealth, forget about it. In your last days, then you know that, I should have done this. I should have turned this table. I should have said this. So the leaders who are holding money, who are destroying the system and holding money, destroying the system, and that money will not take you anywhere. Very soon, we need better to. No one will say, no, I belong to a nation. Yes. Yes. So let's all try and liberate ourselves. Let us try and free ourselves. Now, I will give you just 1 minute. There's a point I want to add. Now, economy is very important. A lot of people want to ask that, why are we poor? Why are we poor? Let me tell you one aspect of the slavery we are in. Do you know after the dollar was created, all the European countries had access to the dollar. It's only black people who were denied the dollar. So now, if I have 10 cedis, right, I can't go to Togo and buy anything. I have to send that 10 cedi to the US. US will say that 10 cedi no value near 2 cedis. Integer. Now, who see the no one you?
Now, say, what did see the crater they will to go? Your time now,
oh, that may buy 1 minute. This is very important. This is very important.
Okay.
Now, who see the new America, European Jew for gold, for diamond, for oil, and Yama what tea free no what genus and what or the toilet paper, no accompaniment in all the amount. I feel the who near Togo debate Makudija. Now that because Mr. American man mean to me yes and it's hard than a bomb beto crew. Into yang, I want to tell every young black person the poverty we are in Africa is a planting, is what? It's a rule, it's a game orchestrated in Europe and America. If it is we who made the white man, there are nobody without us. And even today, go to America, the best doctors you see, they are black people. They need us. Without us, they are nothing. So they have kept us under economic bondage. And this says, our leaders' lives are under threat. In some American, yes, I see the leaders, and they have a free way. They have to put their life on the line. Now, if you can't do the job, then step down. So I also want to add, the reason why we are not able to break away is because Sebio said, "Oye akwa ehwe obi ase na okurom ye komase na se oma un say sometimes ye chi obi a ye gene passport anameboa say on your passport obetum adwane." In life there are things we need to be able to make it. That is wealth. You need the economic power. And they make sure it is only the black race in the world. Listeners, listen to me. It is only the black man in the world. It's only black people who doesn't have a currency. Black countries are what we are saying. How many? About 50 countries. We are the only people. Black people have been denied from creating their own currency. That is why we are poor. We have been denied the ability to produce a currency. So no black man in the world have currency. So how can you develop? How can you be economic powerful when you have no currency? The white man have a gun to your head that you have no right to have your money. Anytime you want money, come to us. We will determine how much you have. So our poverty is a design. So if you have military, that is what they should be fighting. We should be ready to fight and break out. So I want listeners to know that it is not the doing of our leaders, although we have foolish ones, but it is not the doing of our leaders only. Our leaders have been surrounded. They know it. So I want to tell every black man, when you go and pray, it is not God who deny you wealth. We are the richest people on this planet Earth. The richest man ever lives is who? Mansa Musa. Is he an European? At this time, we had our own currency, and our currency was gold. We ruled the world. But now they say, no gold, no nothing. So I want to tell everybody, the poverty of the black man is the white man's doing. The white man has sat down.
Do you have evidence?
Oh yes, the white man has made a rule that the black man should not have a currency. The European, don't have a currency.
Our time is...
I'm coming. European, don't have a currency. Don't they have a currency? Don't America have a currency? If America come to Ghana, they want to buy the whole of East Legon. What are they going to use to buy? Is it not dollars? Is it not papers? The hardship, the reason why Africans are struggling to survive. The reason why we have become our own enemies. Let me use this experiment, right? Let's say we have 3 boxes, right? Box A, box B, box C. Box A have 10 mice, and kura 10. Duane abeso for 1 month. I am box 2, and kura 10. Duane abeso 5 pe. 5 pe no munyendi. But I have to be there for 1 month. Box C, Duane nipa 2 pe, omo yankura so 10. Enteno, by 1 month I will be a box A, bibia wo mu na de na obi ho.
Omo you okay?
Hey, they are praising God. Now my worry I will fine. Box 2, ube bie mu do na ebi mu awo bisi kan. Na ebi mu de the hospital.
Ya kakra kora ya chen we mu so de.
Na box C no, ube bie nu na omo start we omo ho. Cannibalism will be taking place. This is what Africa is going through. When Kwame Nkrumah got Ghana independence, his whole idea was a common currency for Africa. Gaddafi started it. Look at how they killed Gaddafi in a cruel way.
Do you have evidence?
Oh, Gaddafi is all over social media, how they murdered Gaddafi.
You don't have evidence. So
it's there. You see? So, I want to tell everybody, our politicians should start telling us the truth. You see, the people have supernatural powers. Let them know where the battle is coming from, and they will fight it. I can tell you, no party in Ghana, nobody can give Ghana a better. Who? I challenge them. These are politicians, a bunch of liars.
Hey.
Can you break the economic yoke, the dollar monopoly on our neck? Tell us how you are going to break that. Okay. Nancy Ghana, you pay Kenya American economy. Even $500 million trench per mile, Ghana is shaky. How you go? The American and the Europeans will determine how much dollars you get. So, I mean, we have to tell our people the truth that we are in economic bondage. We have people surrounding us. Tell the people the truth.
Thank you for your knowledge. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. Yenfa Nimbra life now mumbisa no one or no question. Write it in the comment section by what's the
you know na Abdul Aziz.
I appreciate you. I don't want to mention it.
The Unina is patriotism in my language.
I don't want to, like I said, mention it wrongly as a chief. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your knowledge. Ebusia. And then you guess in the way so jagu you trees so stopping the crowd unstoppable unkillable just say or kwani so oko but the okan na me na mini ha e ono ani case enti no say em friend bra life now can we do appreciate you Abusia. Let's try and liberate ourselves as a country. Me, I believe so much that Africa will be great again.